Most people call me the president of the club. I think I've gone by a variety of titles, all equally ridiculous. Everything from co-consul to, supreme dictator for life or what have you. I started it when I was in my freshman year. I was online and I had nothing to do with my time after school. So I sent some emails around, found an advisor in Madam Ben's, and sort of rounded up a group of people by sending out a Google form. I would say a tabletop role-playing game involves a bunch of people sitting around a table, taking on the role of a character, and using dice, or sometimes cards if you're weird, to narrate the actions that we do. You can think of it as a little bit like structured improv. I would say Miles is one of the most creative people I have ever had the pleasure of talking to. I wish I could walk around for just a minute inside that man's brain, because the things he tells me are genuinely amazing. He has such a penchant as a writer, as a creator, as a storyteller, and every conversation I've had with him about what we're doing in our respective rooms is genuinely inspiring. Lachlan was one of the first people who I really got to know through the club. I think he reminds me of myself in a lot of ways. I think he's definitely very capable, he's intelligent, he'll tell you he's intelligent, and he is certainly someone who is good at taking charge of other people. Leo, I haven't known quite as well as the others. I think he's definitely been a little bit harder to get close to. But everything I've seen from him, I've really liked. He's very much surprised me with how he's performed this last year. I think he's shown that he is good at improvising, he's good at sort of working on the fly and just sort of rolling with all the garbage that I have to throw at him from week to week. Kyle has been interesting. It's also taken some time for me to get to know him. I think he's definitely very memorable. He was one of the first people who I think I really got to like through the club. And everything that I've known about him has just sort of endeared me to the guy. I mean, he's easy to get along with. He's very, very good as a player. And overall, I think he's just been one of the best people who I've had at my table. Honestly, the most difficult part of this process is that while some of these people are a lot like me and they remind me a lot of myself, that's not what I'm looking for. And it's been sort of a strange experience having to decouple what I like about the people from what I think is important in that role. Beyond that, I don't want anyone's feelings to get hurt. It's a tough thing to be told you're not as qualified for this position as someone else. I think all of them are deeply capable. I think all of them have done some truly amazing things, and I am very, very proud to have worked with all of them. But ultimately, I think some of them have shown themselves to be a cut above the rest in this one regard.
My favorite thing about Hook, he has a lot of really good ideas for D&D. And he implements them into the game really well.
I started playing D&D because, well, I wanted to go into a club at the beginning of high school to meet new friends, meet new people, have a new experience. I had very, very little experience with D&D before, and I thought this would be a great way to learn and kind of develop some skills that you won't learn anywhere else. My favorite thing about Hook, wow, am I allowed to say everything? I'm gonna say everything. I feel like just everything about him makes his character, he's great. If I could take like one piece away from him, I can't. That's Huck.
My favorite thing about Huck Person, it's gotta be his attitude towards like everything in life. I mean, bro's just like, at the same time completely indifferent and yet 100% involved in every single I don't know, interaction, conversation, everything. I met him on like the first day of the club, and I remember pestering him with a shit ton of questions because I had forgotten a ton of stuff about D&D. And I remember him getting really annoyed with me and just be like, good, just wait till I get like everyone settled down and stuff, because I'd be like, he was like rushing around trying to get everything like organized, and I was like, how do you do this, 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 how do you do this?
I started playing D&D probably 3 years ago. Actually, yeah, Huck taught me how to play whenever I came to Trail. I had Spanish 2 with him freshman year, and I knew that he was the D&D guy, and I was like, hey, that's something that I'm interested in doing, so I went and I talked to him. I feel pretty fantastic. It's something that I've wanted to do for a while. I like the way that his club brings people together. It helped me meet my closest friends, and I want to help do that for other people.
I believe that the next successor in line to Huck, I think he should have fluffy hair.
No.
I think you should be personable, right? Because he taught us all how to play, or at least me, he taught me how to play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah,
you know, like it's a big passion of mine.
You gotta have
I think he has
devotion
that.
to the club, too.
Oh,
You gotta
can't
care
You
about
can't
it.
just like be, oh yeah, I'm leading and then I'm just gonna off and do nothing.
I mean, people should be able to trust him easily.
Him, so you're assuming it's a woman? Or man.
I
Can
like
we
to
cut that?
assume I am a man, yes.
Since the first year where we were all in like 206 or something, where we had like the presentation on how to actually play the
We had a
game.
present-
There was?
I don't
Yeah,
remember
there's like
that.
a
What were you
tomato.
there
Do you
for?
remember?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, like
What?
something about tomatoes and Constitution or something. But we all like met each other there and learned how it was the like basic session. We have not had that in this last like 2 years.
I think we all agree that it should be Miles, even though he doesn't want to do it. I mean, you're just like, in all ways, you're just like the Roman Emperor Caesar. I mean,
Caesar got
powerful,
stabbed.
commanding,
You're gonna kill me.
strong,
We're gonna kill him.
tall,
Leo, we're gonna
like
kill
at
him.
least 6'2", definitely.
Okay, yeah.
I was gonna say we're probably not gonna all stab you, but it'd be pretty funny if we did.
And I think it should be me.
I think it should be me.
He doesn't want it. It's
You
pretty
should.
clear. I don't think it should be forced upon him.
I think it should be one of you.
You gotta exude a commanding presence,
Like
man.
Miles.
Miles
What?
exudes
Like
a
Miles.
welcoming presence. You exude
A rule
type,
thing.
like beefcake essence.
I'm kind of nervous, but also, like, not really. I don't know if I will end up being picked. I kind of hope I am. I feel like I'd be okay if I did end up getting picked. I think I could, like, end up finding myself stepping into it a lot.
I don't think I am the next best head of the club. Fully honest.
I just don't think they care as much. I don't think that they're as invested as I am. You know, like they're in it for the college applications. They're in it because of the ego. But I'm there because I want to make a difference for people.
And you're not in it for the money.
Not at all. Wait, there money?
Ultimately, I want someone who sees the club in the same way I do, which I think is an institution for getting people together, for trying to give voices and give an opportunity for people who usually aren't super social. So I had to dig this out of storage when I was asked to bring it. I bought this piece of when I was in my sophomore year. I thought it would be a good token to represent sort of what the club stands for. It's ostentatious and it's loud and doesn't work super well for what it's supposed to do and generally is kind of an unpleasant nuisance. So hits close to home. When I was asked to bring it, I was told to give this thing, this representation of really what the club means to me and what I think it means to a lot of us as a gift to the one who would be getting the leadership job once I'm gone. And sorry, this isn't even for the cameras. I'm getting a little choked up. I've given this decision a lot of thought. I knew I was going to pass it on since I started the club back in my freshman year, and I have spent basically every session since then thinking, what am I looking for in a person? What do I want? Who do I think is best for this type of job? I've gone through a lot of people. I've eliminated a lot of people. I've brought them back in my head, and it's been a long road, and it's a little surreal to finally be at the end. But with 4 years of thinking behind me, I think I've finally been able to make a decision that I can stand behind and that I think is ultimately best for the future of the club. All of you are amazing players. I am so proud to have had you at my table. I think I've seen you grow and I've seen you change, and I've been just amazed by what you guys have done. I know not all of you can win, only one of you can get the cloak, but I want you to know that sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, I am so proud to have spent the last 3 years with you. But of course, there can only be one cloak, and someone is going to get the title itself.
I just want to say I'm so honored to receive this, as I'm not personally one for sentimentals, but I just want to say how honored I am and how much I love everybody here, and thank you.